you've probably known this for a while, but shipping is a little bit of a nightmare. And it's something that I generally am able to avoid because I don't have to worry about it that much. But this came a little bit earlier than expected because it comes from within Europe. There are other problems that I'm facing. I didn't know it's going to be in here. Oh. So we're looking at different print companies to work with for the European printing right now, and I'll explain that in a minute. But my patrons wanted me to go to the Postal Museum, which is really good timing all around. Thanks for voting on that. It is, of course, nowhere near here. So let's stop standing around here and I'll tell you what's going on with this on the way. As you know, my new book is coming out, which means we've got to print a whole bunch of them and ship them all to you, which normally I would do all in one big batch from the same printer and then, ship all over the world. That's not really possible anymore because on the one hand, nobody's shipping anything to the United States from Europe right now, at least not affordably. Well, on the other hand, shipping is still relatively easy from the United States. It's just prohibitively expensive. Of course, I'm referring to shipping from the US to the rest of the world. I don't know what it's like in the US right now. So maybe a quick trip to this museum will help me to unravel the mysteries as to why things are so expensive these days. Yeah, there are no answers here, at least not for my problem. But honestly, when this won the Patreon poll, we thought, oh, it's gonna be like this small little museum, you kind of pop in, see some stamps. This is crazy. I'm maybe halfway through. You start on the 4th floor, you work your way all the way down, and it's got like something for everybody. There's transportation stuff, stamps for the stamp collectors, old uniforms dating back to who knows when, hats from pilots, technology. There was like the world's worst like hands-free telephone setup next to like an old telegraph. Oh, there's even more stuff back. There's signs. If you love signs, there's like mail sorting stuff, old like mailboxes and bins and all kinds of stuff. Thanks to Cheryl Greene and all my patrons for sending me to this. It's very interesting. So the notes I was gonna make were that it's right next to Montparnasse, the station. So if you're like looking to take a train to the south and you wanna kill some time, not only is this place really nicely laid out, it's also like empty. Like you'd have this whole place to yourself pretty much. I've only seen one family in here the whole time I've been here. So like take advantage of that. Even if you're not like a postal nerd, I don't know exactly who this is for, to be honest, but it is just a really interesting glimpse through history, and their collection even have different post boxes from around the world. Just kind of a fascinating look through time, whether it's like the old paintings of people struggling to deliver the mail. There's like an old Roman map that was discovered and restored, so you can see how the Romans delivered mail at the very top. And then just the sorting facility stuff is crazy. The signage looks super cool. But the drawback that I keep thinking about is like, I don't think anything is in English here. So you're gonna wanna make sure that you have like your eSIM, your data set up so you can translate stuff that interests you or you speak French. But there's also this project that they did like showing all the Marianne, so all these different women that represent the French representative of the Republic, who is Marianne. Very interesting. It looks like they did a stamp series based on that. But it's a permanent installation, and these women are everywhere in the building. Like everywhere you go, there's a video screen, there's portraits of them. So there's going all the way from like Roman times into modernity with these women being representative of what it is to be, I suppose, a French woman. Liberté, égalité, fraternité is what they stand for, and it's really cool to see. This is really nice. Well, but I think I just walked into the ultimate stamp collection. Holy cow. Wow. I mean, what? The thing is, I was kind of hoping I could understand why it would cost me almost twice as much to ship my books to France as it would just to print them. Oh yeah, we haven't got to that part yet. But not all things can't be shipped. For those of you that were like, no, I can still send stuff to the US from France, it's true. If it's a postcard or fits in a small envelope and it's just documents, you are able to get stuff shipped, which is how we're getting these Paris passports to people, and a bunch of people have gotten theirs already, all over the world. It's been fun to see the photos. Be sure to tag me if you get them on Instagram and let me know how things are going. But there's one person in town who's had hers for a minute. She's been waiting to open it with me. So let's go meet her for coffee. I've got a stamp to get today, and we'll see what it looks like when it comes out of the envelope. But coffee is nowhere near here. I mean, are we kidding? was running a little late, so I figured I'd try focaccia next door. This bakery's been here for a minute, but I haven't tried it yet. Yeah, that can remain a mystery, but while we wait for Jane, let's get a stamp. Shall we? Whoop! No! Oh no, I spilled. I shouldn't be trusted with this thing. Oh, for those of you that were wondering, yeah, I found my passport. It was back in the party supplies, and I have no idea why. And I'm recording you in return.
Oh my god.
Hi.
Yes, I did keep a paper diary.
It's ready.
That.
Okay, so this got to you in France with no problem.
Got to me in France with no problem, still sealed.
There you go. It made it.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Thank you for your pre-order of Desert of the New.
So this Paris Passport, if you haven't seen these before, it's a collection of 5 of my favorite coffee shops and bars in Paris. When you go in with your passport, there's a spot for a visa. They'll put a visa in there for you and give you a discount.
Yay!
Which the discount at KB is actually really generous. So this is a good place to start. Yeah, a little map with all the spots. You can see little coffees and little
cool,
drinks.
Jay. Bravo.
Do you like it?
I love it. And this is where we are now.
That is where we are now.
Yay.
That's why you had to open it before you went in, so you could go get your passport or go get your visa.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go in and get my coffee, and I'll leave you guys to talk.
Sounds great. So these we're having no problem getting out. I've seen photos from the States, people receiving these. If you haven't gotten yours yet, it's on the way, and the only way to get it is to pre-order my book before June. But then you can use it throughout the summer, the rest of the year, whenever you come to Paris. These places will still have their stickers, their visas to put in your passport. You'll get a discount, you can collect them all, and there's a slot at the end if you're here June 18th for the launch party. We have a special visa that we just ordered today that we're gonna be putting in there at the launch party. So make sure you grab that. Thanks to my patrons for sending me to the Postal Museum today, even though it's not my thing. It was nice to go see. I'll be going to dinner at a spot that they voted for soon. If you'd like to vote on those in the future and you think you could do better and send me to more interesting places, then be sure you jump on that Patreon. And this is probably the last 24, 48 hours before the book gets shipped to the printers. So I'll be checking Patreon one last time for the credits at the end of the book. Last call. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
There was one person in particular who, as we got started, I was like, noted.